Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing these bed lights I picked up off Amazon, really cheap. And this is various things we're going to need. I'm going to need some wire, and I'm going to install a inline fuse and connectors, T-taps, wire loom, and in case we need it, some dielectric grease, wire strippers, Phillips head screwdriver, alcohol, a rag, and a lighter. So let's get into this. One cool thing about these lights is each section is replaceable. They have a connector. Each section is replaceable, and they have 3 LEDs in each pod. And we're going to install them up underneath the rim, the rail here. This strand comes with 8 pods. I'm only going to be using 3 on each side. So, and we're going to secure them up underneath the rail. Alright guys, I got them stuck up underneath the rail, and now I'm going to take this screw out right here, and it's up one of those plastic trim screws, and pop it out, and I'll run my wires back up in there, down through the hole, and drop it down to the bottom, and then we'll pick it up from there. I'm going to pop this cover out right here so I can get my finger in there and shove the wire back through the hole. So we need to add a trim tool to your list of tools. There we go. And now I should be able to run the wire up over top of my bed liner, and then be able to push it through that hole back there. So we have it through the hole. I'm going to go ahead and pull it through, get it free. You want to take the wire and tape it to the end of a coat hanger or some kind of a stiff wire, some sort, and it'll make it easier to run down through there. You can find that the bottom hole. Pop them back in. Pop a little screw back in. You just got to push it. You don't have to screw it back in. Next we take our plugs. Since I have the bed liner in mind, I'm just going to take these wires and push them over up inside, back behind the bed liner. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to put some of the dielectric grease on these connectors so they won't corrode in all these, and then we'll put them up in there. These things disconnect fairly easily. Got a little catch on there. Just squeeze it and pull it out. There's my grease. Then you plug them back together, and it's all greased up. So up in here, I ran the 2 wires together, the positive, the red stripes. I tied them together and tied them to the wire that goes to the front of the truck. And also the negatives, I tied them together and tied them to a ground screw right there. Right there. Alright guys, I ran the wire in some wire loom along top of the frame rail and zip tie it where necessary, and run it up through the firewall. I ran it on the outside of the frame rail here to keep it away from the exhaust, and then I ran it up beside the up in here beside the fender well. Then I run it up in here, and I run it through the boot underneath the harness. There's a little nipple there. Cut the end of the nipple off. That's where I ran my remote start wire through. And now I'm gonna move this kick plate here, seal plate, and this kick panel. It's really real simple. You just pick up here, get it up under that bottom, and then pull back. Pull back there. The wire we're looking for is going to be a white with a brown, a white with a tan tracer. There's two of them, one with the brown and then one with the tan. The tan is the one we're going to be using. Put it right in there. I'll cut some of this tape, get it out where we can work with it. Alright guys, now we're going to tap, use the wire tap, and we're going to tap right in here with that. I'm going to tap right into that wire. Alright, now we got that squeezed on there, and this is our connector for it. Now I'm going to take, this is where I'm going to put my fuse. Next, where I'm going to put my fuse will be up in here, in this area right here. So you need your trim tool. Just get up in there, pop that away, and it pulls right out. And I mounted my fuse holder right here, and I run my wires behind the kick panel, and then we'll try it out. Alright, now that we got that in there, I have a 15 amp fuse in there right now, but I'm going to go smaller on that just for safety. Now to put this back, just have to line up your that up in there, and there's some slots. There's slots in there for those plastic pieces to slide in. Get them started, and then work the plastic and the rubber around it. Okay. All right, now we can slip our other trim back in here. I should have put it on first, but it'll still go. Get these plastic tabs lined up, and it pops right in there. And that's that. Next, we'll try them out in the dark so y'all can see it. At the last minute, I went ahead and decided to go ahead and put these other two up front here. So I went ahead and did that. I ran that wire and a wire here. I ran it up in that channel, and I covered it with some tape to keep it from falling out. And that's kind of hard to hide that there, but it'll be all right. No problem there.
So as soon as it turns dark, I'm going to try them out.